Hey kids, how you doing? The last video got cut off after a minute 20 seconds, so I'm redoing it in the dark. Just doing a lot of stuff in the city today, and we're in a major southwest city, the United States, in case you didn't figure that out. But I wanted to welcome all the new viewers. Oh, you got to bring over a lantern, please. And if you're new to this, this is the crazy, interesting life of a radical human being. I'm also very spiritual, but I want to tell you what I'm not. I'm not a religious nut, like fundamentalist with an idea. I'm more open-minded and very complex what I think about religion. I'm not a communist, but I'm also not a capitalist. I have just as much against either one of those systems. Also, if you subdivide government, I'm in the parties. I'm not in the Republican Party, and I'm not in the Democratic Party. I don't believe in either one of those at all. Things have gotten so corrupted, just like I think that they have in the government systems, the economic, the capitalistic, also the racial. I'm not any race. When you look at me from different angles, you can think of me in all the different races. So genetically, I'm complex. If you want to, can you hold this up?
People have told me the same thing.
I'm a mutt. I'm a hybrid. I probably maybe a little bit reptilian in my reptilian brain. So welcome to the mammal show with a spirit. And the spirit, what is that? Hold this up, please. And here's my co-host sometimes, one of my people that helps out. Take the spotlight for a second. You'll see more of her when she does other things. I put the link below to where she does more of a talk. I think I'm going to have to cut this off, this video, but the thing is about spiritual health, because that was my writings have led up to this label on it now. And I hate to use labels, but it's just, you have to start with something. And I think it's just accurate enough. I believe that the human society has been dealing a lot with the physical health, and that's what we do with professional sports. That's what we do in the gymnasium. That's what we do when we work out. That's what we do when we're doing like beauty pageants. This is what we do with the Olympics. You have like the best of the best, the extreme, who's fastest, strongest, most coordinated and jumping through hoops, kind of thing. And even back in ancient India, for example, they used to do yogi tricks, which was like Olympics also, because you would like see who could balance on one finger for the longest, or stand on their head while reading an encyclopedia, stuff like that. So this is, well, that's also mental health, but it's mostly physical health. So then we've developed mental health as people got more intelligent. Can you lift that up, please? Just put it on my knee or something. And the mental health has been now become like part of medical science. It's called psychiatry, it's called psychology. There's different ways of slicing it depending on your perspective. I'm not going to go into the differences, but you can look it up. The psyche is about what's within the soul, the self, and in the mind. It's the motivational core to the person, the psyche. They actually get it from the Greek. You can hold this up a little bit more. And just something more visual. So mental health has come into question now. When you see different things in the world going on, you question the mental health of these, like, people with guns, or you question the mental health of a celebrity that does drugs or then dies, like Amy Winehouse or something. And so many examples, by the way. I'm not just, because I can't go over too many. I'm giving you an overview. Mental health is seen as something we probably have to do to test law enforcement. We have to use it to test politicians before they even become elected officials. Don't even give them an office to be official in until they pass these mental health tests. But we don't really have all this codified like we should. A lot of laws are based on that. They're based on protecting and respecting our physical health, and then next is our mental health. But then there's a funny joke about thought police. What are we going to do, have thought police? Well, actually, we should. Now, before we get deeper with any of these two things, we have to understand the spiritual health, which not a lot of people talk about. Spiritual health is all about the condition or the awareness of the spirit. And most people are not aware in the spirit, and that's the problem with the world today. And, we really need to find out what those conditions are, or the situation of the spirit has to do with higher laws, universal laws. I'll give you this one thing to ponder until I can do another video. I think you would understand this better if you look at the physical body, which is like our bodies, like that's matter, it's reality, it's tangible. You look at our bodies as being one side, and the other side is the spirit world, the spirit level of things, where we also exist. But you can't see it, you can't hear it, you can't even touch it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, there's nothing physical about it. It's actually something within that, something just beyond it, and yet it really exists. So that's the other side. So you look at these two sides, physical and spiritual, okay? Where they meet, like two overlapping circles, where they meet in the middle is called the mental. That's the mind. Because that's kind of like a war zone between the physical body and the spiritual body. Am I making sense now? That's what the mind really is. The mind is the meeting place of those two forces, of the material and the non-material. It's the mind. We get all of our ideas, our ability to think and to reason, logic, speaking, communication, questioning, answers, analysis. We get all of this from this collision of the matter and the non-material, spirit and physical. But here's the other thing as you're pondering it. You've got to realize that the spiritual side, they're not really equal sides, because the spiritual is superior. The spiritual is where everything is pure, untouchable. It's the source of everything else. And what happens is things manifest, they congeal, they materialize from the spirit into form. And that's how we get the material physical selves and physical bodies and physical experiences. And in between all of that, in between, like a ping pong match, we're in between thinking about it and wondering. And that's what I talk about a lot. That's why I have a spiritual program here. So there's something to ponder. If you have any ideas or any feedback about my way of putting it, please let me know. Please share. And I agree to disagree also. If you want to say something, if you want to be a troll, go ahead. I should have said that in the beginning, because trolls usually just stick around for 5 seconds. But since you're a person that listened to the end, you're one of my friends, or you're a spook, you're an analyst for the NSA or CIA or something. You know me too. You know who I am. You know I'm coming for you. You know you're working for me. Thanks for listening.